Well, I am Purgatory, and I am a justice fighter, fighting for social and ecological justice in the world, just trying to make this a nice place. Well, I'm not actually a supervillain. I'm actually trying to make the world a better place. It's just that the media has labeled me as such. It's really not my place to be called a supervillain. It's just the way that these things happen when you end up, hurting some people or, these things just happen. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that I run around in the middle of the night, and people often fear nighttime creatures such as myself. Furthermore, they don't know a whole lot about me. I really don't have a very good PR campaign, namely none. And I think that really hurts me because it's only the media's side of the story, and these organizations who can pay the media to look favorably upon them, but I'm really just trying to help people. I do a lot of environmental type work, trying to get rid of companies that try to get around sanctions about waste dumping, or others that go into the rainforest and destroy that. I'm really trying to keep the world a nice place to live in. What do I do that hurts people? Well, every now and then, in the course of taking down such organizations that would cause harm to people, in getting in and getting out, sometimes people try to stop me. There's the security guards, and every now and then, there's just regular people who are in the office too late at night, and they try to get in the way too. Sometimes they're part of the negative effects of the company. Sometimes they're just in the way, but in the morning it really doesn't matter because the media sees them as contributing members of society, and myself as just trying to eliminate what they've been doing with their time. I don't like to talk about who I used to be. I really wasn't anyone before I was Purgatory. I was no one in particular, no one special. In the warehouse, well, I was exploring some prominent features of the Rust Belt, namely the old warehouses and factories that have since been abandoned due to outsourcing and the increase of computer technology, reducing the need for warehouses and manufacturing facilities in the United States here. And I found this mask just lying there, and it seemed like the right thing to do at the time, to put it on. Day-to-day life, well, everyone knows that Wheaties are the breakfast of champions. So I like to start every day with a hearty bowl of Wheaties. And then, well, then I usually have to start research early in the day when it's still light out, because I really don't have time for the research when it's dark and when I really need to be getting down to business. But, there's really not enough time to really get anything else done. I do fund some minor charity groups with the proceeds from the Purgatory expeditions. Well, my the main charity organization that I run, it actually tries to help underprivileged urban children who have been misplaced from their homes or live in battered homes, usually due to the social pressures and issues present in the urban lifestyle. I also donate to several organizations that are trying to save the rainforests in various ways. I do tend to favor the more militant type groups, sugar in the gasoline tanks and the like. But I do support some more conventional type organizations that do more, what are they called, petition type work, and are trying to make laws to restrict these kinds of things. But I'm really more about the direct action, to be perfectly honest, and I tend not to favor the indirect type of law making. I think that people shouldn't need laws. They should know how to do what's right and wrong. One of my favorite organizations that I have been giving to recently is Kittyopolis, which is an organization that searches out kittens and teaches them how to read and just gives them a home and gives them a mother and a father too, for that matter. But kittens are, I think, really an important part of the future, and we need to protect our kitten resources. Other superheroes, how do I feel about them? I'm a big fan of what Batman's trying to do, cleaning up the streets, especially in a place like Gotham. You know, it's got to be really hard. But I do wonder where he gets all of his gadgets. I mean, those things can't be cheap wherever they come from. And it really makes me wonder who's backing him and how he can do all of this. Because I definitely try to go as much as I can for the low-key and homegrown variety. Superman is one of the biggest pricks I have met in my life. He, you know, he thinks that everyone, like, owes him something, and, you know, he can't get it through his thick head that he's really not all that special. I mean, sure, he can, run faster than a speeding bullet and leap over tall buildings in a single bound. You know, he's got his ice breath and his laser beam eyes, but, you know, really there are all sorts of other people who can do all of those things too. And I think that he's really overplaying his hand, and I think he really is one of the superheroes that has one of the best PR campaigns that I've ever seen. Spider-Man needs to grow a pair. I've never really seen him do anything particularly useful. Furthermore, he leaves those web trails all over the freaking city, and people have to go around cleaning up after him all day long. They're not easy to get off. They are sticky, and, you know, anytime they find some crooks in a back alley tied up with that stuff, it takes them hours, literally hours, to try and untangle the guys. You know, instead of just using a real quick pair of handcuffs or zip ties, you know, he goes through all of this effort with these webs and everything, and then it just takes so much time, and really those webs that he has are a pollutant because they take so long to decompose. Oh, Supergirl? I'd totally tap that.